Gotham is a city that breathes corruption. Its veins are clogged with crime, its heart poisoned by greed, and in the shadows, the only cure is fear. Batman is insane. Vengeance is his obsession. He's haunted by the past in a way that would only drive most to their breaking point, but not Bruce Wayne. He keeps going. Deep into the night, he finds comfort on the brink of death, whether it is being shot at by criminals or mistrusted by the corruption that lies deep within its network of cops. And this bleak, unforgiving world is Matt Reeves' playground. His Gotham isn't a backdrop, it's a living organism, a place that breathes rot through its gutters and exhales corruption through every crooked official and every shallowed alley. His vision doesn't glorify the myth, it strips it bare. It forces Batman to walk a razor's edge between rage and salvation, showing us not a god, not a legend, but a man who refuses to stop, even when the city itself seems desperate to swallow him whole. And I know what everyone else is talking about right now. It's the same conversation across Twitter, Reddit, YouTube. This idea, however slim, that Matt Reeves' Batman might get pulled into James Gunn's DCU. And hey, I get the hype. I mean, I really do. A connected universe is always exciting. But if I'm being honest with myself, that's not a take I agree with. But I'll save all that for the end, because this video is more of a gentle reminder, a little pause button. And I just want to pause the video real quick and say that 96% of you guys that are watching right now are not subscribed. If you just click one button, it'll give me some fire to make some more videos just like this one. Let's get back to the video. Well, we're all sprinting towards the future. It's worth stopping and looking back at what we already have, because before Gunn even had the chance to prove his universe works, Matt Reeves was quietly building something just as special, something entirely his own, and something that already works. This wasn't just another comic book movie. It was slow, it was methodical, it was moody. Gotham wasn't just a setting, it felt lived in. The film dripped with atmosphere, drenched in noir, and made Batman feel like a detective again. Right, not a superhero in the traditional sense, but a broken and obsessive man who was unraveling the city's corruption through grit and morality. With a stitched together cowl and a man-made Batmobile, it was truly riding on the heels of greatness, of Batman Year One. To me, it was like looking at Gotham through a rainy windshield. And for the first time in a long time, I feel like it let Batman breathe. Now, I'll be honest with you, my first time seeing the Batman, I didn't love it.
What did he say?
I actually fell asleep. Yeah, I literally came out of the theater annoyed, saying it was too slow for me, too grounded. But something pulled me back in months later when it dropped digitally. I gave it another shot, and then another, and then another after that, and I swear to you, I've seen this movie 13 fucking times. And somewhere along the way, it transformed into one of my comfort movies. Because every time I watched it, I noticed something new. A line of dialogue, a small detail in the production design, a breadcrumb in the world building. This film rewarded patience. And that's rare in comic book cinema these days. It's operatic, it's fresh, the film glows. It's a landmark in visual storytelling as much as it is with its writing. And interpreting this whole movie through Reeves and his cinematographer Greg Fraser's eyes, it's unreal, and it should be talked about more because its visual style is groundbreaking, especially when you've got Nirvana as a backdrop to your aura farming. I mean, come on, dude. And Reeves didn't just stop there. I mean, he doubled down with The Penguin, a series that doesn't just spin off the movie, but expands in a way that most superhero universes never do. Gotham's criminal underworld suddenly became this sprawling Shakespearean playground. Every mobster, every cop, every citizen felt distinct, like they belonged in this story. In Oz, Colin Farrell's Penguin absolutely carried it. It made you fall in love with this character you knew was evil. The show reminded you again and again that he was evil, and still, it made you believe that there was some humanity gleaming through Oz's crooked smile. But instead of turning the Penguin into an anti-hero, it doubled down that Oz was and always will be a villain. And in the end, that small sliver of disappointment in my heart as the choice Oz made brought a smile to my face. It made me happy, because it has built the Penguin up to be one of the best villains in cinema if they can land this saga on its feet. And honestly, if Oz doesn't pop up in the next Batman, I will fucking lose it. I mean, thankfully, Colin has already hinted that he's got some scenes locked in. In the middle of all this excitement for what's coming, I don't want people to forget Reeves' universe, because this world, it's still here. It's alive, it's growing, and it doesn't need to be folded into anyone else's continuity to justify its existence. Reeves is just telling his own story at his own pace with his own rules. And that to me is just as exciting as whatever is going to come out of the DCU. At the end of the day, here's what I believe. I believe that pulling Reeves' Batman into Gunn's DCU, I feel like that would actually hurt Reeves' vision. What makes this all so special, I feel like the beauty of Reeves' Gotham is that it feels isolated. It feels when Batman walks onto a crime scene, it's not one hero in a lineup of capes and cowls, it's the Batman. It's in a city that only has him. No Kryptonians flying overhead, no Amazonians dropping in, no Batmite, just a kid in a suit, obsessively trying to wrestle order out of chaos. That intimacy is the point. It's what makes this whole thing work. And if you drop this Batman into a shared universe, I feel like you'll lose that weight. Suddenly his grounded detective work doesn't matter as much. Because, Superman could just laser the bad guy in 2 seconds. Or Wonder Woman could lasso the truth out of them. Or Green Lantern could throw them into space. The stakes shrink when Reeves' world is no longer his. And Reeves has built something textured, a slow burn, a Gotham that's almost Edgar Allan Poe-ish in its gothic corruption and tragedy. That doesn't mix with the bombast of a cinematic universe where the tone needs to shift to gods and monsters. Pattinson's Batman isn't built to play second fiddle in someone else's sandbox. He's built to thrive on his own, just like he was before James Gunn walked into the picture. And if you really think about it, I think Reeves' whole thing can be boiled down to a deep character study of what turned a rich orphan in this world to the best detective. And if that got melded with everything else, I'd lose some of its flavor. And honestly, that's okay. Not everything needs to be connected. Sometimes the strongest stories come when the creators are given room to craft their own corner of a mythos without worrying about how it lines up with the larger franchise. Reeves' Gotham works because it's self-contained, because every detail, every beat is in service to this Batman. So yeah, and that's not to say that I'm not excited for James Gunn's DCU. It's gonna give us the epic, interconnected comic book universe that people have been craving, that I've been craving. But Matt Reeves, he's giving us the definitive noir Batman. And trying to force these two things together would only water down both. And how cool is it that we have both? We're living in a time where two completely different universes can thrive side by side. Matt Reeves is building his dark, grounded Gotham, while James Gunn is crafting this colorful, interconnected DCU. They're separate, but they echo the same characters and the same myths, just told through different lenses. And that, to me, is about as comic book as it gets. Because comics have always done this. Multiple runs, multiple interpretations, existing simultaneously, each exploring new angles without canceling the other out. Different visions, same legacy, coexisting in a way that only enriches a larger mythology. So yeah, the future of DC is bright, but let's not leave Matt Reeves' Gotham in the rearview mirror. The future of this Batman, of this Penguin, of this entire noir-soaked universe is equally as promising, and honestly, we'd be making a huge mistake if we stopped paying attention to it. And guys, thank you for your time. Let me know what you think down below. And while you're down there, why don't you just click all the buttons? Thanks, guys.